Costic Canyon High School. I'm Keith DeMolder alongside my co-anchor Connor Hines. Connor, how's it going?
Keith, it's good to be back, and we've got a packed sports report ahead on tap today.
Today we will be highlighting all the scores of last week and this week, including girls CIF tennis. As well, we will be bringing you a preview of the Beach Bowl 2014 LCC versus Torrey Pines. Should be a good show today. Connor, last week's schedule featured a plethora of games for the Mavs. Let's start off with girls varsity volleyball. They played El Camino last week. What was the score in that one?
Keith, the girls varsity team is continuing to put together such a phenomenal season, heading closer towards the CIF playoffs. Not only were they able to beat the El Camino Wildcats 3-0 Monday, but also were able to shut out the Rancho Buena Vista Longhorns as well. This past weekend, they competed in the regional Santa Barbara tournament. While they were able to get the best of Newport Harbor High, they dropped games to Archbishop Mitty High School from San Jose, California, Corona Del Mar from Newport Beach, as well as the local Westview Wolverines. Last night, the girls won their senior night match by a score of 3-1 over the Vista Panthers.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they still hold a 17-7 record nearing the end of the regular season. Their last match begins this Thursday, November 6th, on the road at Carlsbad. Moving on to boys water polo, the boys varsity team had two games this past weekend, playing the Del Norte Nighthawks and the Carlsbad Lancers. They were able to squeak a 10-8 win against the Del Norte Nighthawks. Unfortunately, though, on Thursday afternoon, they lost the game to the Lancers by a score of 12-10.
The team also competed in the Steve Powell Regional Tournament at Villa Park this past weekend. While we were not able to obtain all of their results, the only score recorded was Sunday's loss against Vista Murrieta. Another team that has had a really great season, Keith. They hold a 16-6 record and are currently the fourth best Division I team in the county.
The girls varsity tennis team were able to defeat the Carlsbad Lancers on the final game of their regular season. Going into CIF playoffs, the Mavs were ranked number 7 and took on the number 2 seeded Scripps Branch and pulled off a big upset.
Keith, it was a huge upset nonetheless, and they played La Jolla Country Day the following day. As promised, we've got the highlights for you right here on the MavLife Sports Report. Let's get to the doubles highlights first. It was Sean Specht and Alicia Sharma early on going up against La Jolla Country Day's Nikki Mani and Hannah Sheikh. It was Sharma and Specht early on who were showing what they were made of, coming in the net, being aggressive, but meanwhile, in the other doubles, it was Libby Toulson and Kendra Eck. Coach Donald Nan was keeping a close eye on this one. Unfortunately, though, Toulson and Eck were not able to pull through with the W. Meanwhile, though, however, it was Nicole Camarada in the singles who was able to easily recover after her early loss to Paulina Ferrari. She was able to sweep her next two sets, both 6-0 against Daniela and Vivian Wong. After the early loss to Ferrari, Camarada was able to recover easily, swinging freely in her next two set wins. But meanwhile in the doubles, it was Specht and Sharma securing the win over Nikki Mani and Hannah Sheikh. As we see now, Camarada locking up one of her two set wins. Following Nicole immediately would be Brett Berger on the very same court. However, on an adjacent court, the La Jolla Country Day Tories had Paulina Ferrari going for the win. All she had to do was win her set and her team would move on to the final. So this, in a sense, out of Brett Berger's hands. While Berger was able to secure the win, so did Paulina Ferrari on the adjacent court. The final score from La Jolla, the Country Day Tories 11 and the Mavericks 6, La Costa Canyon losing in the semifinals of the CIF competition this year.
On Tuesday the 28th, the Mavericks girls field hockey team was able to defeat the Vista Panthers. Number 14 Madison Theodore earned MavLife Sports Player of the Game honors, with the only goal in the game coming off an assist from senior Bailey Bogan.
Yeah, Keith, as well, goalies Paige Amico and Jody Steigerwald cannot go unnoticed in this win against Vista. They each had 5 saves in that one.
Cannot agree with you more there, Connor. 2 days later, the girls went back at it, securing a 4-0 win against the Mission Vista Timberwolves here at home.
Yeah, Keith, Mackenzie Peterson of LCC, the MavLife Sports Player of the Game in that one with 2 goals. The other 2 coming from sophomore Cassidy Solomon and none other than senior Bailey Bogan. Field hockey continuing their great season as well. They are 14-6 with a 5-2 record within the league. Last Thursday, the Mavericks freshman football team won their away game against Oceanside by a score of 24-21. JV continued LCC's dominance by winning their game, score of 28-3.
Yeah, varsity football not as lucky though. They took on the Oceanside Pirates here at home on Halloween night. They were defeated by a score of 35-6 in that game. 2 running backs went out for LCC. DJ Sai went out with a concussion. K. Jackson suffered a gruesome knee injury. He is out 4 to 6 weeks. Both of them are out for Friday night's game against Torrey Pines. As well, senior running back for Oceanside, Josh Bernard, 5 touchdowns on the night. He was the player of the game. Oceanside improves its record to 9-0, while the Mavs fall to 5-4 on the season. As we have said, the Torrey Pines Falcons coming into LCC this Friday in the annual Beach Bowl contest. Both teams coming in with 5-4 records. Torrey Pines comes into Friday night's game after a 37-21 win against Mount Carmel. Connor, with both of these teams evenly matched, what could we be seeing from the Torrey Pines Falcons on Friday night?
Keith, the 5-4 Falcons came into the game after winning 5 of their past 6 games. This season, under the leadership of head coach Ron Gladnick, the Falcons have averaged 25.6 points per game on offense while allowing 19.5 points per game on the defensive side of the ball. The Mavs will have to watch out for Torrey Pines running back Christian Gange, who rushed for over 400 yards last year as a junior last season. So in his senior year, definitely looking to make an impact against the rival Mavericks this Friday. Since 2004, the La Costa Canyon Mavs have dominated this Beach Bowl rivalry, winning 9 out of the last 13 contests, keeping that surfboard over here at LCC. LCC scored an average of 22.5 points per game while allowing TP to score 12.3 average points per game on the defensive side of the ball. It has been pretty lopsided in the past decade of the Beach Bowl. This year could be different, Keith.
Yeah, definitely, Connor. This year, the Beach Bowl does not look as bright for the Mavs, considering after going 4-1, they have dropped 3 of their past 4 games against El Camino, Carlsbad, and Oceanside. This season has been characterized by injuries and just plain bad luck for the Mavs. Last week, wide receiver Garrett Mercado unexpectedly quit the team. As well, starting running backs K. Jackson and DJ Sai, both rushers with great statistics this season, they will be out for Friday night's game. DJ Sai with a concussion, K. Jackson with a knee injury. That could be a big loss here for the Mavericks.
Yeah, it definitely could. And K. Jackson, who's been so physical for the Mavericks all year, such a series of unfortunate events for him to go out, but we wish him all the best, as well as DJ Sai, and hopefully these Mavericks can come back here and win this game against Torrey Pines. They will play Carlsbad in the first round of the Open Division if they're able to defeat the Torrey Pines Falcons.
Yeah, Connor, they do have a lot of luck on their side, though. Dustin Laubacher will be starting this week in replacement of K. Jackson and DJ Sai. On the passing side of the ball, they have Corey Morris and Chris Cassie as the receivers. Duke Mackel has been great this season running the football. He has 281 yards on 62 carries with 9 total touchdowns, rushing along with a 4.5 yards per carry average. No matter what, though, this game is going to come down to defense, defense, defense. This season, the Mavs have allowed 17.6 points per game. Cornerback Jason Mumau has been a big presence on the defense. He has been outstanding with 24.5 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss, along with 6 passes defended this season. 2 interceptions and a forced fumble. He has been outstanding. What do you see from the LCC defense on Friday night?
Jason Mumau and the rest of this defense will definitely look to hold the Torrey Pines offense to the bare minimum. We saw Mumau recover one of those onside kicks in last week's game. Will really be impressive to see if the Mavericks defense can put up one of their trademark performances here this Friday against the Torrey Pines Falcons.
It'll definitely be an interesting game to watch. For those of you watching, game time is here at Rippey Field, starting promptly at 7 p.m. If you cannot make it to the game on Friday, Connor and I will be broadcasting the game live on Ustream.com. Remember to check our Twitter at MavLife Sports as well for live updates during the 2014 Beach Bowl game. As always, we would like to thank you for joining us here at the MavLife Sports Report. For all of us here at MavLife Sports, I'm Keith